and I decided to just keep it between me and him, take him out for dinner and to a movie. He informed me on the way here that it should be over by 5, 6 o'clock so that he can go out with his friends.
Do you think he's cheating on you?
Sometimes.
You do?
Sometimes.
Are you cheating on her, Craig?
No.
You're not. You can sit there and say, I'm not cheating on you. But you're gone a lot? Is he gone a lot?
Yeah.
Does he stay out sometimes all night?
He used to go out like on a Friday and come home on a Monday and crash by his friend's house.
Where were you?
By a friend's house, just like they hung out late.
Doing what?
The guys were hanging out.
Hanging out in the house. That's about it. Playing cards.
You're like in the back seat with Nick over here. No?
No.
First of all, I don't think his wife knows that he's here. And I think if she knew that he cheats on her, that, you know, she'd divorce him. I mean, how could you stay married to somebody?
Let me get this straight here. Let me get this straight here. Your husband goes away for weekends at a time. Does he wear the same clothes all weekend? When he's come home wearing different clothes and cleaner than when he left?
No. He
packs a bag?
No, he's got borrows his friends' clothes. His friends are like all his size. They all switch.
So you don't find telltale things like lipstick or panties in the car or any of that?
Do you have any sisters?
No.
Excuse me?
Do you have any sisters?
Do I? Yes, I do.
Okay.
Stand up.
Why do you stay married to this man?
I'm hoping
feel
he'll
all this
change.
about him,
I love him, and I just hope he'll change. But at this point, sometimes I feel that, you know, divorce might be necessary.
If you could say anything to him right now, what would you say to him?
That marriage is a partnership. It's two people. It's 50-50, and it's like a baseball team. If one player don't play like the rest of them, the team loses. And that's
How do you
what I
feel about that, Craig? What's she saying?
I really don't know.
You can't honor that commitment to her and stay home? Why don't you stay home? Make us understand why you don't stay home.
I'm more of an outgoing person. She wants, like, a type of, like, a Brady Bunch type of life, like a television
I want a
family.
husband,
And,
wife,
like,
and my children, and my little house, and my home. He wants to hang out with the boys and go to bars and clubs.
In this day and age of AIDS, how can you people cheat the way you do? And bring it home to your family.
No. That's, you know, with AIDS, that is probably the greatest disease that ever happened for the cheater. Because if you go into, I've been on Rodeo Drive and they're selling condoms as earrings. I mean, you go into any beauty shop and women have them in bars. They're made of earrings, they're on necklaces, they're gimmick items. It's now very chic to have a condom with you in a happy hour crowd. Everybody has them.
Yeah, but
do you guys have them with you at all times? Nick?
Can I say something? Women in bars, all right, women in clubs and bars, I see them, you know, they're out there to pick up a guy. They're going to carry their own if they're going to use them. Now, if they approach them and they're already prepared for it and they're hanging over them, you're going to tell them you're going to turn them down. If they don't know that you're married in the first place, you're going to say, well, I can't go with you, I'm married, I'm going to go home to my wife. No, they're not. They're going to do it.
At the same point, though, she goes out with her friends to single clubs and stuff, too. So...
Are you pretending to be single when you go out?
My wedding ring's on my finger, and it's never come off since the day I got it.
Although to some men that doesn't matter, though. To some men that doesn't matter, the fact that she's married. Some men won't care. They'll just want to do what they want to do, and they don't care.
I'm proud to be married. I tell people I'm married.
They don't care if she's married or not.
I love him. That's my husband. I'm proud to have him as my husband. I do not want to tell anyone I'm single.
Craig, you stated before that you were really worried about being accepted and with the crowds, your friends. I mean, if your friends really are your friends, they're going to accept you no matter what, you know. And when you go out to a club, I'm a single woman, and it's just looking at the three of you right now just makes me sick and just gets me very angry that you can't, I would respect you more as a man if you just told me, hey, listen, I'm married, but, okay, at least you're up front, and I know, well, then it's my choice. I have nothing to lose. And I would like to know what makes you such an authority. Are you a married man?
Joe.
What gives you the right?
The same way a male gynecologist can write a book on childbirth, he can't have a baby. Just like a woman doctor can look at Mr. Johnson and say, Mr. Johnson's sick today. She don't have one, but she can fix you.
And
so,
the other gentleman, do you have a daughter?
Do I have a daughter?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any children.
That he knows them.
That he knows. Any other questions, comments? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know, since you said you're married and you're ashamed of it, what about your children? You won't tell anybody you have children either?
No,
your friends?
my-
I mean,
no.
you should be more than happy to have children.
I admit to my daughter. Sometimes I won't admit that I'm married, but I do admit to my daughter. I never deny my daughter.
Let me just, my son is his stepson, which is why he'll tell people he has a daughter. But after they find out he's married, then he'll say about my son.
Yeah, my only question is, I know a lot of people that are married, and they go out. They don't go to bars. They go to, like, organizations like fishing and different little organizations that are men, run all by men, and they meet women, when they're out there. But their intent is not to meet women. It's just to have fun amongst themselves, whether it's fixing cars or whatever they're into. Well, why don't you guys take that option and do a men's type of thing as opposed to a bar scene with all women?
Nobody said the bar scene was the place.
Well,
though.
I
mean, I think it was insinuated in the beginning of the show, but you're talking about different organizations that men get involved in.
Which are men-based.
I know guys that went to the Parents Without whatever it is, partners, and they were married. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other.
Well, you guys, interesting. Joe, I don't think that all men do this. Do you?
Not all men, no.
No.
Gotta get guys fishing, hunting. These guys are hunting just for different type of animals.
If you...
All right,
It's
Maria,
a little more entertaining sport.
good luck. I hope this all works out for you and Craig. And, well, good luck to all you married women and single women out there. Be prepared and be wary. Jerry.
Pop up a delicious party dish. Boy, coming out of that, we need a party, right? With America's favorite snack food and America's favorite pop, Orville Redenbacher, when we come right back.
Still ahead, how to create the perfect face and add just the right amount of cheek color for a great look.
You know, one of the most popular snacks we all reach for is popcorn, right? Did you know that popcorn can be a terrific addition, though, to some of your favorite recipes, too? That's right. Here to show us some corny magic in the kitchen is the king of popcorn and his prince of pop, Orville Redenbacher, and his grandson, Gary. Give him a hand. How you guys doing? Fine. I can't help myself. I'm hungry already. I'm starting to eat. I'm eating the props. All right. We got all kinds of ears of corn here. Tell me the history of popcorn. How did it actually get started?
Well, we thought it originated with the Inca Indians. That's about 4,000 years ago. We found it in the Bat Caves in New Mexico, which predated the Incas. So it's really been around.
Yeah, but they didn't have microwaves back then. How did they pop it?
They threw it into fire. They took the kernels of corn like this and threw it into the fire, and then it pop out.
So hot coals.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hot sand, eventually, and then hot rocks.
Yeah.
Then they eventually made clay poppers.
Really?
Yeah, we got clay poppers over 1,000 years old in the museum.
From the Indians?
That's right.
Oh, that's
We
really
also have kernels of corn, and they still pop. I'd add some salt to those, though.
Yeah. Now tell us about the different corn
Well, a lot of
husks here.
people, probably the most common question asked is, how do you make popcorn out of corn? That's what they think.
Right.
This is
Can you just
corn.
stick it in the oven or the microwave?
No, not quite.
Well, you could do that one.
Yeah.
You could?
That's right.
Yeah.
This is dead corn. This is a big crop. This is what we've raised to feed hogs and horses and cows and things in the Midwest. We also have cornmeal, corn flakes. This is flint corn, multicolor corn, used a lot for decorations. Could be used for the feed and everything. Neither one of them will pop.
So you can't make popcorn with these?
No.
Okay.
This is sweet corn. This is what we eat for roasted ears.
Right.
High sugar content.
Just a little dried out. Grandpa's had that one for a while.
He's attached to it.
This is pod corn. Each kernel's in a separate pod and fastened to their cob. It won't pop either. This is popcorn. This is
I've never seen corn like this before. This is wild.
You don't use it too much. You don't see it much.
This is the only one that'll pop.
And what kind is this?
Popcorn.
Oh.
Has thousands of minute little starch cells in there. Indians just think there's a demon in there.
Is it really called popcorn?
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah, it's popcorn.
I mean, do farmers grow popcorn?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Really?
Yes.
Last year
Did
we
you
had
know
about,
that?
Last year we had about 45,000 acres.
Really? And you have an agriculture background. In fact, Gary, you used to help your grandfather on the farm, didn't you?
That's right.
Slave labor.
Yeah, slave labor, right?
Nurseries.
And now you're doing the commercials together for Orville. Now tell me something. Before we make this really great recipe, which we're going to do, how did Orville Redenbacher become like the name in popcorn?
Well,
come on down here. We'll get ready to do
we
this.
were in the popcorn seed business for years.
Yeah.
We became the world's largest producers of popcorn seed.
Yeah.
And we made this breakthrough in this gourmet variety. They wouldn't buy it because they had to have extra money for it to grow it. So finally we decided to come out with our own brand name. So went into Chicago and hired an advertising marketing firm to come up with a name for our popcorn. They didn't know much about popcorn, so I talked for about 3 hours and a half. Went back a week later to find out what name they came up with. They came up with a name, the same identical name my mother thought up 84 years ago, Orville Redenbacher.
And you didn't have to pay your mother anything for that, did you?
No, they charged me $13,000 for the idea.
All right. We're gonna make a great party idea here using popcorn. You know, most people just think throw it in the microwave, put it in the bowl, and you got a party. Well, you can do a lot of other things with popcorn. And today we're making a blue cheese party ball. And here are the ingredients. Get a pencil and paper. You got 2 cups of popcorn, 8 ounces of cream cheese, a half a cup of crumbled blue cheese, 1 tablespoon milk, and 1½ teaspoons paprika, a ½ teaspoon garlic powder, a 1/4 cup fresh minced parsley.